It is July 23rd, and the time is now 7:30. Would you please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk please call the roll?
Cannon.
Here.
Budmetz.
Present.
O'Brien.
Here.
Besessi.
Here.
Sonoyka. Here.
That is 5 present and 1 absent. There is a quorum this evening, and therefore members of the audience are reminded that these proceedings are being videotaped for current and future broadcast over the city's cable television channel. Moving on to the first order of business is to approve the minutes from July 9th, 2019 City Council meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman
Second,
Sonoyka.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien, for the second. Are there any questions, any corrections, additions, or deletions to the minutes? Seeing none, the question is, shall the minutes be approved? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes are approved. As far as the mayor's report goes, I just want to give a thank you to all those who showed up at the steamy Friday night rock and roll in the Meadows. It was a hot event, but there was a good turnout, still considering the climate. And so with that, I appreciate that, and I appreciate those who volunteered to help make it what it was. Are there any ward reports this evening?
I had one quick one, and it's a kudos to Chief Nowacki and Chief Valentino. I got an email late last night, shared it with them already, but the resident did ask me to do a public thank you. They dialed 911 for the first time in their lives. They said it was incredible first responder rate. It sounded like a grill caught on fire, their backyard grill, but it got out of control for them to handle. So they did ask me. I passed down their email to Barry and the 2 chiefs, and they also did. I said, hey, we got a meeting tomorrow night. They said, can you also publicly thank them for all the work that they and their staffs do? So heartfelt thanks from a resident of the 3rd Ward.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Any other ward reports? Seeing none, then we can move on to the sign-in and public time for speaking. There are 2 names on the sign-in sheet, and with that, prior to beginning, I will read a quick disclaimer. In order to secure the rights of citizens of a fair city and to a fair and just representation before the elected officials, and to guarantee the elected officials an order and dignified form in which to conduct city's business, no person shall be allowed to engage in any activity that will disrupt any orderly proceedings of the city's council. Per the rules of procedures in the public, it is to address the City Council, and the fact that no member of the City Council should respond, it doesn't mean that the City Council or any member thereof agrees or disagrees with any comment. In order to attain this objective, the following rules of conduct are hereby established. Each person addressing the City's Council shall state their name and address for the record. Each person shall be granted no more than 5 minutes of the allotted 20 minutes in order to address the City Council. Commentary shall be directed to the presiding officer unless the presiding officer permits individuals to address the council members or other city council officers present. Profanity shall not be used in any form or manner. First up on the sign-in sheet is Joan Berg.
Hello, Joan Burke, 222 South Riverside Plaza, Suite 2100, Chicago. I only signed in because if you have any questions with respect to the 2-lot subdivision, I'm available for those questions when that comes up on the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Second signature on the list is Joseph Farwell of Verizon.
Thank you, Mayor. I did sign in just in case you or the board or the administration has any questions regarding the pending resolution 19R84.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
No. Moving on from the open floor, we will then move on to the ordinances in for second reading. The first ordinance, ordinance number 19-35, is to amend Chapter 6, Alcoholic Beverages, Article 2, License 6-77, Hours and Days of Sale for Class A1, Class A2, Class A3, Class D, Class G liquor licenses, and that is making a change from start time of serving liquor from 11 a.m. to 8 a.m. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Cannon. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Is there any discussion of this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall this ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Sonoyka. Yes. Cannon.
Yes.
Budmets.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
With 5 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance is passed. Line item B, ordinance number 19-36, approved liquor license application for a Class II liquor license for KKUN Enterprise, Inc., doing business as KBBQ at 1923 through 1925 South Plum Grove Road. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka.
Second.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, the question is, shall this ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Sonoyka. Yes. Cannon.
Yes.
Budmets.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
With 5 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance does pass. Next, line item C, ordinance number 19-37, approved liquor license application for a Class II liquor license for Sally's Restaurant at 1913 South Plum Grove Road. Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Cannon. Is there a second? Thank you, Alderman Budmats. Is there any discussion on this particular one? Seeing none, the question is, shall this ordinance be adopted? Will the clerk call the roll?
Cannon.
Yes.
Budmets.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Bessesi.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
With 5 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance, too, is adopted. Moving right along at this time, I would like to ask that I make a motion to deviate from the current agenda to swear in our new 4th Ward Alderman. Is there such a motion?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor for deviating from the agenda to swear in the newest Alderman of the 4th Ward, Ms. Veneziano, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. And we will move on to swearing in Ms. Veneziano. Why don't we go from here? And if you can speak in the mic and raise your right hand, if you like.
I'll hold it.
Okay. I, Jennifer Veneziano,
I, Jennifer Veneziano,
do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution and laws of the State of Illinois,
Constitution and laws of State of Illinois,
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform and discharge,
impartially.
that I will faithfully
I
and
will
impartially
faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge
and discharge
the duties of the office of Alderman
the duties in
of the office of Alderman
the office of Alderman
for the City of Rolling Meadows
for the City of Rolling Meadows
according to the law to the best of my ability.
according to the law, the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what I'll do is I'll keep the floor open for about 5 minutes if there want to be any other pictures that you and your family have. I know we took some earlier, but you're welcome to.
Really fast.
Sure, absolutely.
It's a proud mama moment. Well, if you're ready to roll, then I would like to make a motion to close the floor and resume the agenda as noted. Can I have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Cannon. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. All those in favor of moving forward with the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Cannon.
Here.
Budmetz.
Present.
O'Brien.
Here.
Veneziano.
Here.
Bessetti.
Here.
Sonoyka.
Here.
With 6 available present and 1 absent, we do have a quorum. Moving on to the next order of business on the agenda is the consent ordinances in for first reading. It consists of 1 item. Is there a motion to consider this ordinance in for first reading?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Is there a second? Alderman Cannon, thank you. This ordinance D 19-00 is to approve amendment to the Meyer Plan Development for 2 vehicle charging stations and sign modifications, 1301 Meyer Drive. Is there any discussion on the matter? Seeing none, the question is, shall this ordinance be moved forward for second reading? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Budmetz.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessetti.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, this ordinance will be moved forward. Speaking of moving forward, we have new business, and it's a motion to approve payment of bills on warrant for July 23rd, 2019. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
So moved.
Thank you, Alderman O'Brien. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alderman Bessetti. Is there any discussion on the warrant? Seeing none, the question is, shall the warrant be approved? Will the clerk please call the roll?
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessetti.
Yes.
Diaz. Oh, no. Sonoyka.
Yes.
Cannon.
Here. And yes.
Budmetz.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and 1 here, we do have the warrant approved. That brings us now to the consent resolutions. It consists of 6 items F through K. Does any alderman wish to remove any one of these items from the consent agenda for resolution? Oh, seeing none, the chair declares it in order for one motion to consider all 6 resolutions in one motion without debate. Is there such a motion? Don't all speak at once.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Sonoyka. Thank you, Alderman Bessetti. So starting with F, resolution number 19-R-84 is to authorize the mayor to execute a master pole attachment agreement with SMSA doing business as Verizon Wireless. Item G, resolution number 19-R-85 is to authorize the purchase of furniture, fixtures, and equipment for the 2 new fire stations. H, resolution number 19-R-86 is to authorize a contract for the purchase of a 2019 Ford Explorer, which is the replacement for RM103 Community Development Sedan. Line item I is resolution number 19-R-87, approve final 2-lot subdivision for property known as 4190 and 4200 Euclid Avenue in the M1 Manufacturing District. Line item J, resolution number 19-R-88, authorize award of contract for 2019 street maintenance program, pavement rejuvenator applications, PRA. Line item K, resolution number 19-R-89, authorize renewal of Canon copier lease agreement. Again, the question is, shall all 6 of the resolutions be adopted? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Veneziano.
Yes.
Bessetti.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Budmetz.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, all 6 resolutions are adopted. Speeding right along, that brings the council to other business and reports. At this time, the mayor does not have any further appointments, nor do I have any proclamations. Is there anything for the city clerk to report?
Not at this time.
Thank you. That brings us now to city staff reports. And the first item is community items of interest. City Manager Crumstock.
We'll slow this down again. Obviously, I do want to add one additional, and I would start off with that. Isabella's Cafe is now open. That's 5540 New Wilkie. I'm hoping people come by. It's an Italian kind of feel. So there's pasta, paninis, let's see, what else did they have there? Meatballs and some other things. But
Lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee and drinks. But we hope that people do partake in that. And again, that's another video gaming establishment that did create the, obviously, the room, and they are up and running. So we do wish them the best. We do want to thank everybody who attended this year's also very steamy parking lot party that was conducted at the Community Center on Saturday, July 13th. We do appreciate everybody for that one. And then we do want to mention, again, if you were unable to make it to the second scheduled Friday Rock that the mayor just mentioned, we do have another one coming up on September 13th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And this time when we do meet on the September 13th, the music will be provided by Billy Elton. It's like Billy Joel and Elton John mixture. So we hope that everybody will be there. September won't be as warm. Might be a little rainy or windy, but we always will be bringing that back. And then we do want to mention the next Environmental Committee bike ride will be September 28th. That will be starting at 9 a.m. at the Community Church, 2720 Kirchhoff Road. The next market will also be scheduled for Saturday, September 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And again, that's at the Community Church. We do want to mention that the Meadows Cruise Nights are back, and that is at 2401 Kirchhoff Road. The cruisers are usually there from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Fridays, and they go all the way to September 6th. There is family fun throughout the time, and we do appreciate all that they bring in on a Friday night. We also want to mention that Saturday, August 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Community Church of Rolling Meadows will be celebrating its 62nd annual Corn Fest and Craft Fair. The actual art and craft fair goes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can go there for dinner, and then at 7 p.m. you can come over to the Community Center where a family movie night will be sponsored by the Police Department and Legoland Discovery Center. And again, that is Saturday, August 3rd from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. There will be all kinds of kid-friendly activities, and there's some additional scheduled thing. There will be a dunk booth that the police chief will be in. And if you get him down, you might get a Lego. But around 9 o'clock, we will be showing the Lego Movie 2. It's called The Second Part. And this was the most recently released movie in 2019. We do want to mention right after that, Saturday, August 3rd, we go straight to National Night Out, which is Tuesday, August 6th, from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Community Center, 3705 Pheasant Drive. Scheduled entertainment this year includes Molly Callahan. She's the female singer from the Lieutenant Dan Band. She'll be performing the national anthem and one additional song. We will have Canines in Flight. That's a Frisbee dog show, which you can also see outside my window sometimes at the green space. We can actually also have the Extreme Team. That's the high-flying basketball acrobatic team. Circus Boy will be throughout the night between juggling, stilt walking, comedy, and other tricks. I have no idea what other tricks are, but that's how we write it. Then we also will have the skydivers. They do start the event promptly at 6 p.m., so if you're not there in time, you will miss them. We do start off with them. And then we do have Medieval Times. They will do a demonstration at that point. We have the Rolling Meadows Police Officer, Chris Don, and our Canine Scar will do a demonstration. The Chicago Bears drumline will be there again. And we will have the Chicago Bear mascot. I think his name is Staley. And again, for more information, please contact the Police Department at 847-255-2416. Then following that, on Friday, August 16th, we will be doing the 5th annual Wine Down by the Creek. And again, that's beer, wine, and food for purchase. You can listen to the music of Seventh Heaven. This will be conducted in Kimball Hill Park from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And music runs from about 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We also want to mention that the 12th annual Duck Race will be held on Friday, September 13th. That's also the same night that we do a Friday Rock. This year's event is still sponsored by the city's Environmental Committee and the Rolling Meadows Park District Foundation. It is scheduled to go over the waterfall or the bridge over the creek into Kimball Hill Park Pond. We say 6 o'clock, but it will probably happen at 6:30. And again, can only say this once every meeting, but only $5 per duck, or purchase a quack pack at 5 ducks for $20. And obviously, because it's the last meeting of August, we do want to mention, or the last meeting of July, but for August, for the main committees, economic development will be canceled, obviously, due to National Night Out. But the Planning and Zoning Commission will be moving their meeting to Wednesday, August 7th. Right now, tentatively for that Wednesday, August 7th at 7:30 p.m. in the council chambers, they will have at least 3 items to talk about. One is a variance request for a side yard setback to the building addition at 37, 37, 38, 37 Industrial Avenue. That's our M1 manufacturing district. Nancy Lee Carlson of Lehman Peterson Corporation is the petitioner, and this was actually continued from the July 2nd meeting. And then there will be a discussion workshop on the pending zoning code update, and then there will be a discussion workshop on billboards. With that, that's items of interest for July 23rd.
Thank you for sharing those items of interest. Let's continue with new business for June of 2019.
So just 7, and we appreciate all the new businesses, but nothing really to highlight on this edition.
Okay. And then it seems we have a line item for Traffic Review Committee. Director Horn.
Thank you, Mayor. The report for the most recent committee meeting is attached. There's not a lot to note, with the exception of letting the public know that the recent Euclid Avenue bike path from just east of Salt Creek Lane on Euclid Avenue all the way to Rowling Road is now open, and people can use it. We are looking to schedule a ribbon cutting, as we typically do for these larger bike path projects. So we'll be providing a date probably at the next meeting for that.
Nice. Looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Following that, we have a Kirchhoff Road update.
Yes, again, the report is attached. If you have any questions, I think the real thing that everybody's interested in is, are we on schedule? And the answer is yes. We have not exceeded, despite all the rain we received and the snafu that occurred just before the 4th of July holiday. We are still on schedule to complete everything in the very near future. I believe it's the first week in August. By the second week in August, all the permanent lane closures, traffic control is expected to be removed. So we'll only be dealing with daily lane closures at that time. So not too long in the near future, we'll be wrapping up that project.
Appreciate that. I know the residents at home appreciate that as well.
I'm sure.
Moving on, we have matters not on the agenda, and if there are any, now's the time. I was going to ask a little bit about definitive end dates, as I did receive a lot of inquiries regarding Kirchhoff Road, and if we can at least convey that by the second week in August, most lane closures are completely finished, that would be wonderful.
I will. We will update the website to indicate some of these timelines.
Okay,
for sure.
Wonderful. No other matters on the agenda at this time? Well, there is a request to go into closed session, and it does require a motion and a roll call vote. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Alderman Bud Metz, thank you. Alderman Cannon for the second. You have made that. Is there any discussion seeing this motion? Without any discussion, would the clerk please call the roll?
Bessetti.
Yes.
Sonoyka.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Bud Metz.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Veneziano.
Yes.
With 6 in favor and none opposed, we will enter closed session, and the audience and press are advised that we do not anticipate taking any action upon returning back to open session.